My post, no wonder I never get a long meditation in. I'm being hit with truths then too. The more clear my mind, the more I get. Boy. There is being unconditionally loving and there is unconditionally living. Ivo told me I was unconditionally loving. I said, I doubt that. So now it's been explained to me. I want the best for everyone. I want everyone to be happy and loving towards each other. I want the suffering on earth to stop. I want it to stop yesterday. That's being unconditionally loving. What's unconditional living? Well, not possible at lower frequencies. You have to set boundaries, which are conditions. You have to protect the soul from splitting, soul fragmentation, which I've already been through once before and healed from and don't plan on undertaking again. Your lower mind is to become a housing for your higher self, and in a lawless, brutal environment like Earth can be, you need to be aware and to set boundaries so as not to incur a reduction in vibration and trauma. When you manage to never reduce your frequency and hold it at a high vibration, then you can build on that to ascend. Your energetic direction will change from the heart, from taking in negativity, to giving out a lot of love. But the one in question has to feel secure and safe in order to reverse the polarity of the energy. All fear has to be eradicated, so that requires total healing from the past. Me, Ivo, your comments please. Ivo, how much do you plan to achieve today? Me, a lot. I have to go buy those Christmas bulbs so I can give those poor plants a chance at life instead of shriveling away on the half-price shelf at the grocery store. I hate that people think a plant is for Christmas and then they stop buying them, because a plant is a plant. It irks me that people exploit plants to decorate their rooms only until December 25th or only until Easter is over. Plants are life too. So I'm going to go give as many as I can a chance to be beautiful, which is what they do for us, as well as being part of the ecology of Earth. Ivo, I see. Yes, you were the one who kept the poinsettias in your law firm office until March. Me, I know. They had to keep picking up the dead leaves. Finally my co-workers begged me to throw them out. I did my best to give them a chance to live their lives to the fullest. LOL. Ivo, so we ask those of you hearing this message today, buy an unwanted Christmas plant now and let it beautify your home. It does not matter what season it is. Life is life and life must express itself. Me, thank you Ivo. I feel the same. Now, unconditional love and unconditional living, can we speak to that? Ivo, we just were, my love. You look at a plant with love and that you care so much for this particular plant, which is part of the hibiscus family, when they were your mother's favorites, is also a miracle. Me, true. She loved them. I thought they were beautiful too. Ivo, but you have them in your home and they remind you of her. Me, no, they remind me of beautiful plants. Ivo, nonetheless, you are loving towards the plants, and you do not place the condition of it is a Christmas plant, so I must throw it away on it. You respect it as life. Me, yes. Ivo, that is unconditional love. Your lives at this lower vibration in the matrix system cannot be unconditional. You must place conditions around your life on earth in the way of boundaries. Your roles on earth now are to embody your higher selves, and this embodiment is not possible if the soul is not protected from the atrocities and violence that you can incur on your planet. Your soul is sensitive and vibrates at a high vibration. To be subjected to the constant barrage of violence and boundary violations that you are subjected to causes damage to the soul. My dear, your soul was severely split when you were younger and you took many years to reintegrate it. Now you are very cautious about who and what you subject yourself to because you protect your soul and yourself, because your soul is yourself, not your physical being, from further damage. This is the proper role of the ego, to protect the soul on earth. To align with soul and to do its work in the physical. Your language can be violent, even just as a way of daily expression. We shall take your F word, for example. You are cursing the divine act of joining of the feminine and the masculine. This is verbal violence. All of your swear words are. The other curse word that has to do with defecation, you are defiling a process of the physical body, so you are defiling your physical temple which holds the body of light in this physical realm. Do you understand the violence of simply using a swear word? Me, yup. It's sinking in. I think darn and phooey are looking better. Ivo, this morning you were thinking of your super's response when you declared that you have better things to do than spending the whole day doing dishes. He snorted at your comment. This is also violence. His thinking that women should be in the kitchen tending to all the needs of those around them, nurturing, yes, but working all day to ensure that those who could be making their own sandwiches and soup are fed, is an oppressive statement towards women. This is violent as well. Me, yeah, I just ignored him. I do have better things to do than spend all day washing dishes. Ivo, and so you have sought the solution we in the galaxy use, automation, technology. You have a dishwasher to do your dishes. You plan to use technology to replace the need for physical labor to the greatest extent possible because that is not what you were born for. You are beings of light, not beings of brooms, hammers and rakes. Why can a family not take turns cooking for each other? A child can be taught to cook, to begin to use heat cautiously when about 7 or 8 years old. This is nurturing of all in the family, not just the female role of the nurturer in the mother. Your people create roles within the family and remove opportunity from each other to practice nurturing and caring of others in the family. You did it as a child. You would cook eggs for your father and anyone else who wanted some. Me, I did. Yes. But now that you mention it, nobody but Ma cooked for the family until she went on vacation. Ivo, so, as you said within your post, avoidance of further trauma is key. Considering your world is a death culture, and this is no exaggeration, on the surface and underneath within the bases humans are being traumatized constantly. Avoidance of trauma is key. You also realize that codependents are violent in nature as they express their violence in their disrespect of your free will. This is also violent. Me, it sounds extreme, but is it violent? Ivo, my dear, your parents were codependent. Me, enough said. So when someone is speaking codependently, trying to control or manipulate me, they are being violent, not loving. They are hacking into my boundaries, so to speak, if I don't keep them up. Ivo, so you understand the battle going on between the one who is attempting to manipulate and control, and the one defending. Me, yes. Pretty nuts because a lot of people do it. I can tell a codependent in about 2 sentences of writing. I know when someone's trying to violate my boundaries. And then people think I'm difficult. You're damn right I'm difficult. I plan on ascending right off of this planet and nobody's going to stop me. Ivo, I want you back with me. Me, I want to be back with you. My boundaries aren't violated there. Ivo, our peoples had to learn. We were once like you were, but we learned that we are all one and we learned that to hurt another is to hurt yourself. This is so obvious on your planet right now, yet so many ignore it in favor of ruthless self-advancement. To be human is to realize that the only happiness there is to be had, is in service to another. That does not mean that you are a people pleaser because this leads to erosion of one's sense of self. It is to choose how one wishes to serve in a way that makes one feel happy, not a slave to others' needs. Me, I think there are going to be a lot of gaping mouths when people realize how unhealthily we've been living. Especially that anything negative is foreign to our true natures, so do your best to eradicate any negativity within you. Ivo, and you were instructed as you woke up this morning and the battle in your head began, do not act on any negative thoughts, do not respond to any negative emotions. Let them go. You wake up with low blood sugar, so you need to eat before you can begin to feel better. Me, the cat woke me up at 9:30, but that's good because at least he didn't wake me up at 5 a.m. So that's another thing, Always find a way to look at the bright side. Ivo, that is actually universal law. The law of relativity, which is the law relating to change within one's life. When you look at the state of your mind at 20 years old and consider it now, relatively speaking, it has improved significantly. It is fine to use a comparison when you are comparing yourself to yourself, but when you compare yourself to another who is different from you, this is misuse of this law, and people do it all the time. This universal law speaks to the changes within life, whereas the universal law of correspondence speaks to the constants in life. It is best to learn to see these laws at work in your life, and then learn to work with them. In so doing, you will align with your soul and begin to hear your soul's thoughts and messages to you. When you are in non-alignment with universal law, you will have a harder time hearing the soul, or believing that you are hearing the soul because your state of mind tells you you are not. And that is exactly the purpose behind mind control, to keep you blind and tethered to the system. So, my love, we will wrap up as you have some plants to rescue. I see that your mind is already fearing the store manager has come by and taken all the plants away, so you cannot have them. You and all those listening to this video must work on your minds that conjure up fears of false scenarios like this. You must look to see what fear is fueling your fear that you will not get what you want, and for those living upon your earth now, the mentality of scarcity and lack does create many fears within you. Arguably, isn't it its own fear? Ivo, fear of scarcity, fear of rejection, fear of lack, fear of not being able to get your needs met. Yes, when you live according to the matrix, these fears are loud. Very loud. Understand that you will get your true needs met and you will be much further off. Thanks Ivo. Ivo, you are most welcome, my love. And yes, you did see me wearing sparkly light green yesterday. Your third eye is working well. It is not your imagination. Don't forget that all of Ivo's books are on for half price, $5, in Smashwords year-end sale on right now, except for Ivo on Ascension and the Liberation of Planet Earth, which is on for free. Sale ends midnight January 1st.